Yeah, I mean, in this environment, there's something to be said for booking profits and scalping, because there's just, again, I've said this for the last week or so. These are not normal conditions. Um, VIX elevated up to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 is not normal conditions. An ATR on a 10-minute candle is, right now, pre-market is at 8.5, 9,
Mm.
and has been up to almost 20. I've seen it in the pre-market anyway. And when the cash session hits, I've seen it up into the 55s, which is untradeable, if you ask me. There's
Yeah,
no way to, unless you're just really momentum trading in that if you're really good at momentum trading, maybe that's your bag. I don't know. I can't seem to make heads or tails or make any kind of decisions on there, in that kind of conditions.
I just think when I do enter a trade, the heat is just a bit too much for me. I know you're supposed to let it ride and take a bit too take handle a bit of heat, but it just
Yeah,
gets too
I
much.
mean, for sure, there is that balance, of not suffocating a trade and not exposing yourself to too much risk, and that really comes in the preparation of the trade,
Yeah,
and the scaling size of your position. If you're working off of a $50,000 account and you're trading, 10 contracts, that's a lot.
yeah,
That's a big percentage, especially with an ATR, even at 10. So think about 10 contracts at an ATR of 10 means you're risking, what is that? $5,000, per trade. That's a lot. That's 10% of your account on each individual pull of the trigger. So my suggestion, and especially when rates, or when the conditions, the VIX and the ATR are what they are, my suggestion is to scale down if you're going to engage at all. I mean, I know a lot of people that just sat out last week. They didn't do anything. It becomes unreadable. And I mean, for the way that I trade, and a lot of folks trade, you just can't make decisions when the market's moving that fast and you got to risk that much. I'll bet it was probably a very healthy week for the prop firm industry last week.
oh yeah, oh yeah. This type of volume, I
What's that?
remember with this volume and volatility. I remember when I used to clear for them, they used to make massive sort of record profits every time in these conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you they're collecting that reset fee like crazy right now.
Yeah,
Um,
no, okay. Yeah, sorry. I was talking about the other, like the hedge funds and the prop trading firms, like
yeah,
jump trading. They're making a killing.
yeah. I mean, there's some models out there that thrive in this environment. Mine's just not one of them. You know,
Yeah,
just got to understand where it is that you don't, or where it is you risk capital and in what conditions. And I'm sure there's people out there right now that are making a killing right now on this increased volatility. I do like the increased volatility, but there is a threshold where it becomes, there's what's the term for it? Um, Diminishing return, the law of diminishing return. As soon as you get above that 15, 16 on the ATR, there's kind of a law of diminishing returns, right? Like I can't make good solid decisions when the ATR is 20 points a candle. And just for the way that I trade, I know that about my technique, and I know that about my strategy. And so when it gets up to that level, unless there's a setup just smacking me right in the face that I have to take. And even if I do, it's going to be down to the micros in those kinds of conditions, because I'm just not willing to engage a whole lot in that type of an environment.
yeah.
There's times to step on the gas pedal and lever up, and right now is not those times, at least for the way that I trade. How long do I think this environment lasts? That is the trillion-dollar tariff question, isn't it? It lasts as long as the uncertainty lasts. It lasts as long as essentially China and the US are locking horns.
Hey everyone, it's Dale here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like to trade alongside me and our team of prop firm funded traders every day, then click the link below the video and hop aboard. We are looking forward to trading with you.